What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only Europe battle with the Health and Plagues mod. At the moment, two big events going on. There's probably more because I've probably forgotten other things that are going on. But Britain are invading France and they could have some success here. Lots of privateers may not be the best way of going about it, but maybe against the French and Russia and Finland continuing the push for Vienna. Although Finland have got considerably less units. But obviously Finland snuck in and stole Warsaw from under Russia's nose, which will have annoyed Russia and really made Finland a big target for the Russians. But of course, what is Armenia doing over here? What are you doing? Armenia? Okay, you can head over here. The Greeks are still just took over this city recently, so gonna see some messed up islands and land from the Greeks around here. So hopefully a Greek Papal States war soon where something actually happens. That is what we're hoping for. Like I said, are we going to see something from the British here? The mods are going first, so I think, have they just gone? Yeah, they've gone. Okay, so Britain messed up. But they landed some units. Maybe, I mean, lots of their units are up here, and France have got a lot of units out in the east. Quite a few civs are at war with France, but it's just Britain are making the effort at the moment. Spain are trying, unsuccessfully. Bavaria are not dying. They've come back. They've held on to their big chunk of land, and they are surviving with a lot of musket men. Credit to them. Denmark are wilting away. My pick to win. Of course, the Celts stole. Ooh, are the Danish going to take it back though? That would be bad for the Celts. The Celts need to make sure the British don't get too strong for the Celts to deal with. Taking this city was a really good move by the Celts, so they can't let all their good work slip away. Is there something going on over here? I'm not sure. There is no easy way. There is an easy way to check, but I'm lazy. It doesn't look like it. It looks like everyone is peaceful over here. I think. Maybe these, I don't know, the Sumer have just built a load of units out of nowhere. Egypt and Mercuria, there we go, that was something I forgot about. That is going on. Looks like Mercuria, who have already held off the Garamantes, which was pretty impressive, now seem to be holding off the Egyptians, which is good for them. I mean, I don't know why they're not expanding more, but suit yourself, I guess. Okay, so the Garamantes are strong, but they need to keep an eye now on the Songhai, which means that's probably going to be the thorn in the Garamantes side, because the Songhai are very big now. I mean, again, like I said, these cities aren't very good. They're not great, but this is bad for the Garamantes. The Songhai being nice and big, although, yep, rifleman view. Ooh. Okay, so the Danish could be in trouble. Although I say that Finland don't have that many units over here. Finland, I mean, I don't know. The numbers are big, but they're a bit spread out. They're a bit overspread. Bavaria and France has pieced out. Okay. But Orleans looks safe. They've got this frigate here, the Gatling gun, keeping them alive, the musketeers and riflemen protecting their borders. Looks like Orleans should be safe. Obviously, if it falls to the British, that would be a huge point for a further invasion into Paris, maybe later in the game. But it looks like the Celts have got a lot more units in the British Isles. Maybe we're going to see something here. Obviously, the British have had the Danish war. Now a French war isn't going to help them for units. If the Celts... Come on, Celts. I'm rooting for you, because I know I wanted Denmark to win, but this is a time where you've just got to support the Celts. There we go. Iceland still on triremes, not doing the best, but they've got a cargo ship going all the way to London, so that's going to be helping them money-wise. Maybe we're going to see Iceland sneak in and do something later on in the game. Okay, Orleans is in the yellow. I don't think anything's going to happen. I think it's going to be safe. Any French supporters out there? Anyone wanting the French to win? Looks like you're still probably not going to win, but you're in with a chance of coming in near the top. The Ottomans are doing very well. As long as they can hold off from an Arabian war, then the better for them, I guess. The longer till that war, the better, because at the moment a huge Arabian force gathered down here, so that's pretty bad. Ideology, France going autocracy. It's been sort of a thing. We've just seen everyone go on autocracy. There we go. Mercuria and Egypt piecing out. But yes, the Ottomans are in a strong spot. They could really do with taking out Byzantium, but that's going to cost them units. And as a result, it's probably going to open up the door for Arabia if they do. The one thing the Ottomans would have in that war defensively, at least for some cities, would be they have a little bit of a navy. I said they only have one boat. It's all up here. But I mean, they have some boats. I mean, the Arabian navy is pretty confined to the Red Sea, and there's only Arabian cities in the Red Sea, so there's no actual need for Arabia to have a navy, because it wouldn't even really help with attacking Thebes. Melee units and ranged units would be the way to go, and planes, which is a big thing. Let's not ignore Khazar are about to take over this city, but Russia, let's not ignore the fact that they are very close now. Great War infantry, not even Great War infantry. Jeez, didn't see that, but very close to planes, I would presume, which means soon their influence isn't just going to be on the civs that border them. You know, who should be worried, because they'll soon be able to fly over. This is going to be the biggest battle I think I've seen in probably the biggest battle so far of the campaign. If Vienna falls to Russia, that would be huge, and that happened in the previous campaign, the World Campaign. I remember with the Historic Spawn Dates mod, I won't spoil it too much, but Russia had Vienna for so long, and it just messed Europe up because no one wanted to fight them. I mean, no one other than the really strong Civ that was also in Europe. But was that campaign? I'm pretty sure it was. But this is going to be big. Great War infantry, there's a river, pikemen and riflemen, artillery moving in. Greece, this is probably not a wise move, letting Russia take a huge 20 population city right next to you. But, you know, if that's your tactic, that's fine. Okay, it looks like the Celts are just going to hang on to that city. This Greek city in the middle of nowhere is going to fall to the Khazar, who are surviving despite they haven't... I don't know, maybe Russia doesn't... It would be really big on the world. If Russia and the Khazar had a war, they would both... I mean, Russia would probably come out on top eventually, but it would hurt the Khazar, no doubt. Obviously, Khazar now spreading very far down. They border the Ottomans, almost bordering Arabia as well. So they're not in the worst spot in the world. Since when have... Oh, France took this in a peace deal with Bavaria. Didn't notice that, but there we go. This is now French city. Britain have settled north of Helsinki. I think I noticed that, said that about that before. See, Garamantes have been here for a while. Oh look, the Moors settled down here. Why would you not go for the mainland? I don't know. You're cool. Greece have got a very strong Mediterranean presence. That's not going to help them in the eyes of this. Wow, these artillery are going to be pounding those Austrian units. I think Austria need some sort of help from God here. They need a disease to strike Moscow. I don't know if there is any diseases on at the moment. Any plagues? Britain have failed. It's decided. The Swiss are still alive, which is surprising. They've been very, very quiet these last few years. See nothing going on for them towards the south. Papal States don't feel comfortable, obviously, enough to go after the French. I mean, they could definitely slip in and try. I mean, they could just go straight for Paris if they put all their units together, and they would have success. Don't know what the Garamantes are doing. Don't know what they're doing there. Spain, burning units up here. Outbreak ends. Oh, there we go. Meningitis outbreak. Sweden has remained host. The Moors seem a lot stronger than Spain at the moment, so that would be interesting. Obviously, it would be tough, but the Spanish, they should not be throwing units where... Okay, this is bad for Danish. I know for the Danish, and obviously I said I was rooting. I thought Denmark might win after their good start. Maybe not. Maybe Bavaria. If Bavaria takes Berlin, that would be really big for Bavaria in the late game, because they have been really against all odds. They lost Regensburg. They died down here. They haven't really done anything. To survive has been pretty incredible. So the Khazar have taken the city of Miletos from the Greeks, so more control for them. Are the Huns still alive? No, just checking. So this is impressive that two of these civs out of Russia, the Huns and Khazar, normally one of them comes out on top, but to see two of them coming out strong, that is surprising. But like I said, how long that will last, obviously the Ottomans will have a big part probably to play in that, if they would decide one way or the other. Here we go. Is Vienna... What's going to happen? Nothing too bad. The Russians are sort of pulling back. It looks like Austria are going to hang on for now. Russia have got big amount of units here. I think they may be planning another invasion of Finland very soon. Yep, Russia's peaced out with Austria, actually. So, boom, Vienna will survive. Austria will survive with one city remaining. They lost Warsaw to Finland, and Salzburg went to Russia. They've got a settler going out, so they're not dead yet, but they're in trouble, Austria. I mean, Munich, I think if Bavaria had known, you know, if Bavaria had awaited a turn and seen that Russia had peaced out with Austria, maybe that would have been a better option for them. I don't know, maybe not technologically. Who knows? Britain are going to have another go at the Danish, but the British are just just focus on one thing. Focus on the French. Please, Britain, get something and just do it. Don't spread too much. It's not working for you. This is a very weird Greek-Ottoman border. Sure, they're not the best of friends, but nothing they can really do about each other at the moment. They're both being held apart, I guess. How on earth... Look at this. How is anyone meant to stop this? There's no way the Khazar could stand up to that. Great War Infantry. I mean, look, what's the point in these frigates now? There is no more coastal cities along the Caspian Sea. You can bin those frigates, delete them, get that, use the money elsewhere, put it into, I don't know, put it into science buildings. Just try and do anything to catch up, because this Russia is the strongest civ I think I've ever seen in one of my AI only games in terms of how far dominant they are. You know, I think they've been aggressive. Everyone's been more aggressive, and that is because it's domination only. It's the first time I've ever had it on domination only. So every civ knows, in their civ's mind, the only way to win is to take every capital. Hence why I presume Russia is going for Vienna instead of going after someone like Greece, because it would be much easier to take the Austrian capital. So Spain and France have peaced out and nothing happened. So Spain will hopefully rebuild, and if they're smart they will go after the Moors, because that's what they should have been doing. The Moors still alive though. Portugal are still alive, surprisingly. How are you? What are you? Arabia v Ottomans, I think, is going to happen soon. Although they've got open borders, maybe they'll stick together as teammates. I could see Arabia and the Ottomans v Byzantium. That would be pretty bad for Byzantium. That would be crushing, especially this city here. They would really be sort of they're surrounded. They'd be, although there's open borders again here with the Camel Archer sitting inside Byzantium, so you never know what's going to happen. Spain and Greece still sharing this island. I don't know how long that's going to last. Switzerland are doing okay. I've said already, they're doing okay. If I'd be happy if Switzerland and Bavaria live. Like, I wouldn't be too happy if the Papal States don't do anything for the rest of the game. They're letting me down, because they were in a good position. Switzerland were in a good position, but they lost it very early. And again, Bavaria, if they can have some success here, I would be very happy for them. Austria, you're very brave. Trying to take Warsaw back again. That is a very brave move. They probably could have I've lost the word, but anyway. Consolidated. No, that isn't right, but it's close. They probably should have got all their units together and just pushed into Munich from behind. That would have been there would have just been a huge red blob if Austria took Munich, and they would look awesome. But that's probably not going to happen. Russia, what's the next plan? I think it's Finland. I think it's got to be a Russian invasion of Finland, or at least or at least this section of Finland, you know, Königsberg, the former German Poland region that is now Finland. I think that would be, but then I guess Russia, they'd still have to fight up here. I mean, actually there's no units here. Okay, everyone's just settling randomly. Stop it. They'd have to fight Finland a bit, but I mean, there wouldn't be too much of a problem from these three big cities to the north of Moscow. I mean, if Russia wanted, they could add all of this land to their empire as well, which would be very bad for the world. I think Russia doing anything is bad for the world. See, them getting Broadway, pretty bad for the world. They seem to be on top of things in terms of the wonders department. There's not too much going on now. All the big wars have ended. which is always good. Turn 340, so about 110 to go off normal where we get to sort of estimates. May not even make it that far, but we'll see. And ooh, there we go. Something I wanted to see: the Papal States versus Greece. Now this is going to be very tough for the Papal States. The Greeks have got a very big, very strong navy, which can make things difficult. There we go. Finland going autocracy. Does that save their skin for a little while? Potentially saves them from Russia for a bit. Not for long though. Okay, so what could the Papal States need? Some support, a divine intervention. Oh my goodness. Okay, so talking of divine interventions from Russia, Russia don't have any planes yet they have completed the Manhattan Project. So Russia turns away, I'll put it at that, turns away, because I always get it wrong, from having atomic bombs by the look of things, which is bad news for the Khazar. It's bad for everyone, realistically. Warsaw is going to fall back to Austria. This is not good for Finland, although it is good for Finland because it means Regensburg and Hamburg are protected if Russia is to invade Finland. Looks like Bavaria may have some luck here. They may just take Berlin. Great Britain's not happy with the Greeks. Belgium is not happy. Belgium are dead. Belgium are not happy. The Belgians who are still alive, their ancestors are not happy. The Goths are pieced out again. Oh no, the Goths are still alive. They are just about here. Why are they not putting down citadels to disrupt? I presume they don't want to annoy Greece. They might be friends with Greece anyway, but they're in a bad position. The Goths. Again, someone Austria should be looking to pick off before Greece does, if they want to survive. Papal States already struggling in the south. Ponte, Corfu, and wow, the Greeks are definitely going to take this city. This could be really big for Greece if they can take Rome. Rome is notoriously tough to take. I've seen it in many AI-only battles. It's just not gone for the Civ. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Warsaw has gone back to Austria, which is a surprise. But more importantly, the Khazar, who are still at war with Austria, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure I am, and they're now heading over, which means Warsaw could fall to the Khazar, which would be really bizarre. That rhymed. That was awesome. There we go. We rhymed. What a lovely addition to the episode. I now provide Civ 5 AI only battles and rhymes. What a time to be alive. 20 population. The food is definitely all going to Manchester, not Leeds. That is all I can take from that. Is anything going on? Denmark are going to lose this city. Finland are just defending the wrong cities. They should have held on to Warsaw. They're going to take Aarhus, which I guess is kind of better because it's further away from Russia, but this is just incredible that Russia just have so many units along this western border. Or eastern for everyone else, but western for them. Just, wow. Like Finland, Austria, Greece, they should all be worried. Byzantium look like they're going to get... Okay, the Papal States and France pieced out. That is good for the Papal States, I guess. But they're in trouble. Big trouble down here. But not, if Greece can reunite borders with this citadel, that would be nice for, my own border problems. But, yes, if Rome falls to Greece, that would be pretty bad. Because then, Venice is pretty safe. I say that. It's not safe because it's in an... Denmark have squeezed their way out of a war out of losing Berlin. Doesn't look like they're going to get the same result here. And the Celts are still at war with them, so don't count the Celts out just yet. The Sumer are still alive. 29 population capital. So I think Arabia are planning, I think, an invasion of Egypt at the moment. Just thinking about it. I don't know whether they're not definitely going to do it, but they're tinkering with the idea of invading Egypt by the looks of things. Obviously, they got this city out here, which was formerly Egyptian. I don't know how that will go down, but they will definitely eventually want to take this city from the Sumer. Lots of land, lots of resources. Let's check up on the African powers. The Songhai, all the cities now pretty much rebuilt, just one left occupied. Some puppets, some being annexed. They're making good progress, which is not good for you. Garamantes, you have planes. Do you imagine if Great War Bomber... Okay, so the Garamantes have planes, 2 of them. Russia don't? Do they expect me to believe that? Russia's just pieced out with Denmark. Denmark did not give away any cities. Good for Denmark. And Denmark's gone autocracy as well as a result of that by the looks of things. Everyone's just following Russia autocracy, so it's not going to be an interesting ideology game by the look of it. But that is interesting that the Garamantes have planes. I mean, could you imagine? I don't really check the resources. Normally, the civs will find a way if they need to. But it would be incredible if Russia doesn't have oil and they couldn't build planes as a result of not having oil. That would be incredible. Incredibly funny is what it would be. But the Khazar are trying something. Good job, Austria, taking this back. That is very, very smart of you. It's a shame Poland and Prussia died so early, really. I wanted to see something from them, but nope, they let us down. Let's focus on the battle in southern Italy. Greece are yet to go. If I'm right, this could be a big turn for them. Into the yellow or into the red? That is the question. Or just into... Okay, no, they just moved around. It's okay. Look at the units they've got here. Look over here. They're in a strong position. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh boy. Okay, so the Ottomans are in a bad position. These cities are in a bad place. Diyarbakir, Bursa are in a tough spot. They're probably going to lose both of these to the Khazar. So if Russia v Khazar v the Ottomans. So Khazar are probably going to take these 2 cities. I think just they're going to get there first. Ankara is in a good spot. Because Russia don't have any boats, and the same goes to Khazar out here, the Ottoman navy should be able to hold them back for a while. So the Ottomans are not dead. But if Russia can get open borders with Byzantium, we don't know. We're going to find out what happens. It's going to be huge. This is exciting times. Now, Arabia, if there was a time to do something, now is the time. Because all of your neighbours are practically distracted. The Garamantes are distracted by Greece as well. So, that is interesting. Also, the okay, so these 2 are at war. And more interestingly, the Garamantes having planes. Look at this. The Garamantes are trying to cause havoc with the Greek invasion. There we go. I said the Papal States might need a Russian invasion of Greece to survive. Maybe the Garamantes and the Greek war is going to keep the Papal States alive. Britain and France have peaced out. No city exchanges in the peace deal by the looks of things. Okay, Finland are really trying to hold Austria off at the moment, so they've failed to take this Danish city. But the Celts have got a unit nearby. You never know with these AI. Never know what is going to happen next. There's a lot of peace deals. France and Austria have now peaced out, as have Finland and Austria. There we go. So that's the end of that. Austria regained Warsaw. That is incredible. They held off Russia. Maybe because Russia were more preparing for this war. Again, like I said, it's going to take a while for anything to happen. But the Khazar... Imagine the Ottomans took Syracuse. Now, they wouldn't hold on to it. I'm pretty sure it would go to the Ottomans, and then the Khazar would probably take it back before Russia can get there, which would be pretty big. Well, the Khazar have got a lot of units over here. So, let's not forget that. Okay, Switzerland and Spain. Lots of peace deals. I think everyone's just like, whoa, we need to watch what's going on in the east and get out of our own war for the minute. So, the Garamantes... They've just seen the Greek navy mobilise, and now they're pincering around them with the islands. So yeah, it looks like they've seen the Greek move their boats out, and they are definitely at war, because they are, but they're not fighting everywhere. They're just sort of being easy. But these planes are definitely Great War Bomber, 2 Great War Bombers, so they can be bombing those Greek ships, making their life a difficulty. All the Russian units surrounding the former Goth lands, and that is quite away from the Ottomans. Oh my, this is a front and a half through the... Oh no, what are these mountains called? The Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus, I don't know. But this is big. This is huge. So it's going to be a grind. Khazar will get through it eventually if they can get their artillery placed right. At the moment, they're nowhere near being where they should be. Ottomans are probably going to take Syracuse in the first sort of success for them. But let's not count the Ottomans out. They have done really well, and they can definitely hold on. But that is going to be it for this video. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Be sure to come back for the next episode to see what happens to the Ottomans. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.